10-pin calendar, one of the greatest prizes in the sport. 16 of the best players in the world chasing one dream. For some, it's the chance to defend their title. For others, it's the opportunity to realise a lifetime's ambition. And for one man, it's the chance for revenge. This is the partycasino.com World 10-pin Masters. For 3 years, local hero Paul Moore has made the final. In 3 attempts, he's just failed to cross the line. But he's a player determined to succeed. Will this be his year?
It'll be quite sweet to win this year. Just to go that one place.
For Chris Barnes, success is second nature. This is a player who's won everything the sport has to offer. In his Masters debut, he took the title, and the feeling is a second title is never far away. Jason Belmonte stunned the 10-pin faithful with his unique style. He won them over, but more importantly, he won the title. He's now back to defend it.
On the day, it was all a blur. It just went so quick, and looking back at it, it really amazed me. I don't know what I was taking back then, but I wish I had some now.
Asia's #1 Alex Liu has a point to prove, a semi-finalist 2 years ago. The Masters title, a rare omission from his trophy cabinet.
If I can win this tournament, has been a very good achievement. So I make the country proud.
A trio of World Cup winners, Deandra Asbati, Michael Schmidt and Osku Palermo, all looking to add the Masters title to their bowling CVs. Local interest may be focused on Moore, but don't discount the very talented Kirstine Penny. After all, this is an event that pitches men and women together. In 2001, Shailene Zulkifli proved gender is irrelevant by beating the great Tora Torgerson to claim the title. In 2003, Nikki Harvey proved that an English woman could equal that achievement. Past champions, the nearly man, young guns and dark horses make this a really difficult competition to win. Well, there's no hanging about here. It's straight into knockout. Each match is the best of 2 games. It doesn't really matter if you've flown halfway around the world to play here. Play badly and you're going home. There's something instantly recognisable about Jason Belmonte. It's not that he's an Australian who's won over English audiences, or the fact that he's the defending champion. It's that very unusual style of bowling that he's perfected over the years.
With the two-handed style, I mean, it's got its pros and it's got its cons. Obviously, we generate a lot more power than a general one-handed bowler. But at the same time, I feel that we have to be a little bit more accurate, because when we miss, we leave ourselves with all kinds of mess. But I like it, I'm not changing.
In 2007, that style brought its rewards in one of the most remarkable matches ever seen in the Masters. Belmonte against local hero Paul Moore. Moore had made it to the last 2 finals, a remarkable record in itself, but he'd never claimed the title. Against Belmonte, he was the favourite, but then this happened.
11 strokes in a row. This is Jason Belmonte from Australia, bowling for a televised 300 game.
They don't come along very often, but sometimes you get lucky enough to see one. Get in there, Jason Belmonte! It's another 300 maximum televised here from this World 10-pin Masters. The crowd are on their feet, and so they should be. He's called Hollywood at this tournament, and now you know why. It's another blockbuster from Belmonte.
This time last year was one of the most memorable bowling experiences. To shoot a perfect game on television again, like when I did it the first time, I never thought I'd ever do it twice, let alone once. And then to go on and win the title against Paul, I was over the moon.
The 2007 final produced the highest aggregate score for a Masters match and bore testimony to the skill of those 2 bowlers. For Paul Moore, this year is another chance to claim his first title. For Belmonte, it's the daunting task of defending.
I'm just as confident as everyone else, and I'm not even thinking about last year. 2008's a new year, and whatever happens, happens.
The pressure is certainly on the young Australian. The defence of a title is sometimes a heavy burden, but for his opponent, the opposite is true.
This is his first time out here, and I'm sure he's going to be nervous just like I am, but he's going to come all guns blazing, and I just hope that I can show the same kind of intensity.
The defending champion has a point to prove. Should he succeed, he'll be only the second man to claim more than 2 titles. But first, the small matter of James Tidd.
I've seen Jason play a few times, but not live. Watching him practice out there was a different experience. I've been talking to him, and it's a very good first round. Obviously, he's reigning champion, so can't get a lot better than that, really.
The British qualifier James Tidd is here after a remarkable run in a very hotly contested tournament, the PTBC Tour Masters.
To win it would be an absolute dream. I've thought about it when I've been laying in bed for the last week. Just hope I can carry it through and become world champion. Great place to start though against Jason.
Tidd against Belmonte, the opening match of the partycasino.com World 10-Pin Masters. Time to join a commentary team of Cass Edwards and Simon Golding.
Here we go again with the World 10-Pin Masters. Barnsley once again becoming the home of this event, the 11th time that this has been staged, and a great chance to see the defending champion in action, Jason Belmonte from Australia. So superb last year, and in his final against Paul Moore, really you expected it to go nowhere else other than to the man from Australia. Well, alongside me in the commentary booth, Cass Edwards as ever. And Cass, Jason was in irresistible form last year, and he's continued in the same vein for the next 12 months.
So 300 game he bowled in the final here was absolutely fantastic to see. 2 of the highest scoring games we've seen at all in the World 10-Pin Masters. And yes, he's had a very successful year around the world at international tournaments. He's been to the United States and won quite a lot of money in Las Vegas in some high roller shootouts.
This is the man he's up against. He's been very relaxed up in the green room, James Tidd. Maybe it's got something to do with the fact that it is his birthday today, but it could be a massive evening for this young man. Already it's a massive part of his year and his career to qualify for this World 10-Pin Masters, Cass, but this could be something special tonight against Belmonte.
This is an absolutely fabulous draw for young James Tidd from Norwich. As you say, it's his birthday today. He qualified through the UK PTBC Ranking Tour Masters tournament held earlier this year, and against all odds he wasn't rated, and he came through and beat the best of the UK bowlers and earned himself a spot here at the World 10-Pin Masters finals.
What, 2 24-year-olds to battle out this opening match. Jason Belmonte with the highest game 300, 29 times he's bowled that, and 2 times he's bowled it in televised matches here at the World 10-Pin Masters. He just is so at home on this stage, doesn't seem to suffer with the nerves at all.
Just to go like
and the amount of travelling and competing that he does during the course of the year, he just seems to be completely insensitive to that side of the game.
Yeah, he's looking pretty cool. In fact, he's got time to have a quick chat with Bernie White about maybe something that's just bothered him, but he looks pretty relaxed. He's just taken his last practice shot.
Well, we speak about it every year, the 2 hands of Jason Belmonte. We got 2 two-handers in the competition this year. Well, he's getting a lot of action on that ball down there, so already putting the revs on it just to see how that lane condition responds.
Jason.
Let's see how the left-hander James Tidd copes with his last couple of practice balls.
Simon, it's going to be quite interesting. As you can see, we've got James here, the left-hander, and there's some of his stats. Look, 5 300 games, a league average of 225.
Debutant at this year's event, and it just shows you the sort of rise that this event has had in terms of prominence in the world of 10-pin with the development of the qualification tournaments to get through. Tidd went to the qualification tournament as one of the outsiders, won it, and comes here as, well, probably one of the biggest underdogs that's ever competed at this tournament, Cass.
Absolutely. When I first spoke to him, I said, you've been drawn against Jason Belmonte, and he just said, bring it on. So quietly confident. It's 2 games, it's a head-to-head shootout. First one past the winning post will move to the quarterfinals.
First round then, just about to get underway. The opening match of this year's 2008 World 10-Pin Masters. Bernie White, the referee, as ever, wishing players the very best of luck as we prepare to get this one started. The defending champion, the 24-year-old Australian from Orange in New South Wales, Jason Belmonte, up against the Englishman, the outsider, James Tidd. But we know at this competition that the outsiders can come through and take the top prize. $30,000 on the line, and Belmonte gets his 2008 campaign underway with a strike. Great start from the Aussie.
Well, it's the man nicknamed Hollywood. Shoots the first strike of the tournament, and this really is a great shot right into the 1-3 pocket of those brand new Brunswick Max pins that weigh 3 pounds 10 ounces.
Tidd then straight into it, no hanging about for James. Well, he went very wide on that, but nailed the pocket.
A great looking, a very confident shot from the young man. Played really wide on the left hand side of the lane, got the ball out to the channel, and I'm sure we'll see on the replay when he gets to the break point. It's a lot slower delivery, but look at the revs on that ball, and it just turns right. That's fantastic. What a great shot.
Well, coast to coast on that one from Tidd. Very interesting action cast, which we'll be able to look at during the course of this match. You couldn't get two more contrasting styles.
Well, let's not take anything away from James Tidd, underdog that he may be. If he averages 225 in league, he's no mean bowler.
And look at that, Belmonte on the lane that he knows so well. We used to call it Torrey Torgerson's lane here at this World Tenpin Masters, but I think Jason Belmonte pretty close to taking that away, because this man knows how to play on this format. Brilliant start from the defending champion.
Yeah, he's almost taken over where he stopped off last year. All those strikes in that last game.
Wow, that is just about hovering over the gutter from Tidd, but he's got his line and he's happy with it.
Wow, what a start for the young left-hander from Norwich in England. And he's looking pretty relaxed. This is a nice style. Tucks himself up nice inside, steady on the line. And look at the reaction there in the back end. Fantastic.
What a start to this year's competition. 4 strikes straight off the bounce. And, well, is that a little sign of nerve there from Jason Belmonte? He's getting the pressure put on him here early doors. Oh, just left one standing.
Yeah, leaves the 9-pin on the back row. Shot was just a little bit high on the head pin, and that's why that ball is cut right through between the 1, the 3 and the 5 pin, and left the 9-pin standing. Just a bit of a bounce on that shot. Didn't quite come off very cleanly. Just slightly high through the head pin. So the most he can make is a spare. And out comes his rather hard, shiny plastic ball, and this should go pretty straight.
Well, little stumble there for Belmonte on the approach, but I'm sure no problems for him. Tidd has a real opportunity here.
Yeah, Jason just had a problem on the approach. His sliding foot got sort of stuck. There it was, and it's a little bit of a soft shoe shuffle from the man from Orange in New South Wales. But he's recovered. He made the spare.
Tidd straight into it. He doesn't hang about. And this crowd in Barnsley getting behind James Tidd, but he leaves one as well.
He can't believe that 10-pin in the corner off a left-handed shot. Absolutely ripped the rack. The angle coming into the pocket is probably the reason that that single pin has stood up. But what a great shot. And doesn't he look so cool?
Well, like so many bowlers, he's been desperate for the opportunity to play at the World 10-pin Masters. And he certainly looks totally at home up on that stage. What a great start from the debutant. But it's kept things very close indeed in this one. Look at that. Even Stevens, 5.79. That's the maximum that both these men can make. Belmonte's got some pressure.
Welcome back to the World 10-pin Masters. Back to the action now with our commentary team of Cass Edwards and Simon Golding.
Looking for another 10. Oh dear, and almost had the 7-pin standing as well as that 10-pin. Hit that pocket really hard. It's so much rotation on that ball. And it jumps those pins up and backwards. Unfortunately this time it's just left the single pin standing. Yeah, that pin just drops flat in the gutter, doesn't it? Doesn't take that 10-pin away. So looking for another spare.
Yeah, the bowler's looking for that mix of the pins to make sure they take everything out. It's another stumble with the spare ball from Belmonte, and well, he thinks he's lucky to get away with that one.
Yeah, he's having a slight bit of problem with his sliding foot in the centre of the approach there. And yeah, he just looks down and wonders whether he's gone over the line or not. Just a little smile. He's pleased to get away with it, and oh well. Move on to the next frame. Tid, a strike for the lead.
No. Other side this time for Tid.
Well, to all intents and purposes, it looked a great ball, didn't it? Going into the 1-2 pocket there, the left-hander's sweet spot. So much angle as that ball came back from the side of the lane. Now just watch this. Nice smooth style, lots of rotation, and so much hook into the pocket.
425 revs he's getting on that first ball. So James Tid is right up there with the top bowlers in terms of revs anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what you need when you go into the when you get the correct angle into the pocket. If you've got lots of revs on it, it helps cascade those pins around, sets up the chain reaction that these guys are looking for on a consistent basis.
Birthday boy, happy with his work so far. Defending champion, needs to get back in the strike zone. Much steadier at the delivery line.
Certainly smoother. He's two of his greatest fans.
That's right. Same reaction all around the world every time the fans see themselves on the big screens.
Oh gosh. They're not supposed to be at school, are they, these kids?
Now then, James Tid looking to try and control this. Oh, it's beautiful stuff. What a response from James Tid. Well, we've got Andy Penny on the CAT system giving us a bit of feedback during the course of this match, and we'll try and get some of those stats across to you. Speed and revs in particular coming from Andy, but the point that he's made, Cass, is that for the first 5 deliveries, Jason Belmonte has been absolute consistency personified.
And Jason will be pleased to know that when we tell him, yeah, that's what all bowlers want to do. Total consistency. Speed, rotation and accuracy, all part of the professional's game.
He's back in then for a double. Nobody with a turkey yet. Thought we might see that straight off the bat, but he's working a double. Tid looking for a double.
See how far left Jason's playing with those feet right to the left-hand side of the approach, and yeah, that's another strike.
Yeah, and the two-hander getting over the 600 on the revs. He really does give it some. James Tid then. Looks good. It is good. Nice work from him, and that's giving the crowd something to cheer about. And well, he's matching Belmonte blow for blow at the moment.
Absolutely dead level. 2 doubles apiece, 2 nice spares apiece. The score's exactly the same. James Tid must be reasonably confident. 450 revs approximately at 23 miles an hour.
Yeah, but a bit more variation from James Tid with the way he's gone about his work. I thought Cassidy was maybe just rushing things a little with this being his debut here at the World Tenpin Masters, but I just think that's the way he plays.
I think if he can get his head around the whole scenario of actually being here under the TV, really hot lights as we know, as you say, it's his first time here, the big crowd very close to him, he's looking quite good, so hopefully he's relaxed and well, he's on par for 200 plus.
Belmonte then, so good, he's got 2 nicknames. Belmo, the one that he goes by normally, but at this tournament is known as Hollywood, and he always will be, as long as he keeps providing us with the drama. Good work. Good work. And that's the benefit of the amount of action that he gets onto those pins with the revs. He was a touch high there, wasn't he, Cass? But it still did the job for him.
Absolutely, yes. So much movement in the pocket there. The ball's really hooking up in the drive back end of the lane. Obviously, we, as we've explained before, there's oil on the first 40 feet of the lane. The lane is then bone dry, and of course the reaction of the ball coming off that oil onto the dry part of the lane sets up the reaction and allows the hook. Oh.
The messenger gets the job done for James Tidd. First touch of luck that we've seen from him.
Well, he's not going to mind a little bit of luck. It's keeping him in the match, and it's keeping them all level, so he's going to be very happy at this stage, and I would think that he thinks to himself, if I can go in after one game in touch with Jason Belmonte, he's in with a chance. At the moment, he's exactly there.
He will take that start, James Tidd. Belmo straight back into it. And this is looking very good now. The strike's starting to flow for Jason Belmonte.
Yeah, pacing 268 and slightly fortunate with that last shot. Although it was a strike, he realised it was what they call slightly half pocket. Just drifts a little wide, just makes the head pin. And, well, yeah, I'll accept that one. 4 strikes in a row. And in some parts of the world, they would call that a ham bone.
That's right, the new word for 4 strikes. And this is what Tidd's working on, a ham bone. Gets it. Now that was a much better strike, Cass. He really hit the pocket flush there. He was a little light last time out, but that time no mistakes at all.
Does that make 2 ham bones? And I think we should leave it there with with that nickname. 4 strikes in a row apiece. Still dead level. Great looking shot from the young man from Norwich.
And more revs on that as well, 472, right up there.
Yeah, the young left-hander is looking rather good.
Belmonte then, making 4 strikes. No, left to split.
Big frame, high through the head pin, and has left the 4-6 split, which is unusual. He's got so much reaction on that ball that he should have actually picked one of these off, and now he's going to shake his head. This is more than likely going to be an open frame, and it's the foundation frame, frame 9. And there it is.